Hello teachers, Episode 24, New Theory and Philosophy of Sufficient Economy. His Majesty King Bhumibol Anuruddha the Great. The royal decree has given a principle of self-sufficiency economy along the lines of the royal decree. All teachers must have seen it until their eyes were used to it. The following is after the teacher has lectured up to the 24th part, the knowledge in the principle of thinking. The teacher believes that we have now understand assess. Now the teacher will gradually approach each other and eventually reach the application stage. When it reach the application stage, we have to apply it to children, to use it in educational institutions, to use it in the community so that it can develop. His Holiness emphasized self-reliance. Atahi nona toton is a refuge for oneself, and one person goes along according to the principles of the teachings. At the same time, whatever you do, think about the middle way. The principle of self-sufficiency is to always consider whether what we do is in trouble or not. Are the people around you in trouble? You have to wake it. If we don't get in trouble, the people around us don't get in trouble. We have to share. Sharing here is not just about money. Sharing is also considered conventional teacher. The conventional wisdom of some people is that they have a lot of money in the hundreds of billions. They will set up a table to give away 500 or 500, and they are not in trouble. Some people have no money, but there are things that burn down a friend's house. Do we have a cup of tea? If we have clothes to share with friends, it is considered to be shared conventionally. Even money and things are not available, but do you have a body to help your friends? For example, in this department, he will come to evaluate the work. He will come to study the work. What documents have not been completed? Or go to help a friend. Put your energy to help a friend. It is considered sharing. Even our words can be shared. Santon Fu also has a poem to remind us that the sugar cane is sweet and the tongue is gone. But the wind is sweet and the ears are not lost. It will hurt another 10,000 without doubt. Therefore, our words, we can kill people, we can make people encourage, we can kill people, we will kill people, we will kill people. We can sarcasm is also considered a karma. Maybe we didn't kill him directly, but the person who was pinched thought about it. Unable to sleep all night, the blood vessels ruptured. This is considered to kill him indirectly. Therefore, how can we help each other to speak well, think well, and speak well? And at the same time, the heart is charity, not jealous, seeing someone good, and we also approve of the same. Therefore, philosophy is a principle of practice that can be applied by all ages. All the same time, on moderation, I think about moderation. Think about whether it is too much, whether it is too little. There is a reason, because this reason must be thought of as cause and effect. That what we do on moderation is cause and effect. It is in accordance with the principles. Is it in accordance with the principles? Is it illegal? Is it morally correct? And how much is it necessary to live on our lives? In a good person, we will be immune. Philosophy is the principle of thinking. Therefore, when we come back to the new theory and philosophy of the sufficiency economy, we have talked about it for 2 or 3 parts. Now the teacher will bring the teacher to analyze and synthesize that we will be a new theory or agriculture according to the philosophy of the sufficiency economy. On His Holiness 2, 3, 4, let's see if the example is an example of a decoding example or an example of analysis of the synthesis of a new theory based on the philosophy of the sufficiency economy. Look at moderation. See. Now the teacher wants all teachers to adjust themselves. We are farmers, we will have land, we will manage our land. On self-sufficiency, this is a lesson that has taken many farmers interviewed by local scholars in all regions. When he comes to the seminar, he will have an interview about how he came up with the principle of moderation and how rational he is. The teacher went to collect and synthesize it into the most neural garden, which is a part that anyone can easily understand, assess, and develop. Farmers have to think and be moderate, right? First, you have to see if the area conditions are suitable. There is soil. There are 2 rai and 3 rai, but at 2 rai and 3 rai, it is the condition of the area appropriate. Is the condition of the area appropriate? You have to look at the condition of the area. It is a gravel soil like this, it can grow anything. It's difficult to do it, so sometimes there are rocks and stones popping out all over the bulge. Therefore, farmers must first consider the appropriate conditions of the area. At the same time, hold the money in your pocket that you have, investment money and circulating money. We have to think about whether we can use the interest to make it worthwhile. It is necessary to think on moderation. After finishing, come back to see the family report. If there are us who are tired of teachers now, we have to consider that if it is a rural family, most of them will have aunts and uncles, help each other, have children. Sometimes there are a lot of children, 4 or 5 people help each other. Is there enough labor within the family? After finishing, I turned around to see if there was enough time to do it. Then it goes beyond moderation to rationality. When doing this, it must be linked to production technology. Then look around at our neighboring communities, the lifestyle of the people in the community, whether they are farmers or not, and can exchange and learn various ideas in agriculture. You see, this is going to make us think carefully. He taught us to be careful and knowledgeable about what to do. You have to be patient and be careful. Is technology suitable? Then turn around and look at the lifestyle of the people in the community. Can we exchange and learn various ideas in agriculture together? Is there cooperation and assistance from the government, the private sector, and the public in academic and other matters? Now, let's look at the channel of immunity. We have to ask ourselves if we are ready to accept the change that will occur, whether positive or negative, and the impact will cover all 4 dimensions: material, social, environmental, and cultural. At the same time, we must have our own water source. It is possible to replenish the fields with water in case of water shortage in the dry season. Look at whether there are natural canals around where we will do new theory agriculture. Is there an irrigation canal, because sometimes our pond may be dry? We can still get a pipe down to the connection from the irrigation canal, or connect from a waterfall or a creek to our pool. We have to look at it and think about what we will do in case it is a drought year. Then, to create mutual benefits in the community in terms of production, management, and trade, we must see that we must step into the second phase of the new theory of agriculture. But we have to be self-reliant first. We are not self-sufficient yet, but we are doing it. But we think first, build immunity. Therefore, we have to go and learn how they do it, because they have already done it. We are much luckier than others because we do it later. They have a source of learning for us to study. We don't have to trial and error. We don't have to trial and error. There are lecturers with local knowledge. There are both sectors taking care of us. Now the condition of knowledge before we start to do new theory agriculture. In terms of knowledge, we must know about area management, land, water, and we must have knowledge in choosing plants and then plants. Or maybe we can expand to do more farming system and so on. We have the land, we have capital, you see, we can build on it. But first, we may do land, water, choose 30, 10 plants. If it grows well, we may expand it. It is considered another form of immunity. Then turn around and ask yourself, what are the conditions you will do? The condition you will do is that we have to ask ourselves before we have discipline. Discipline in spending, discipline in we have to be patient to fight against obstacles, and we need to be honest both to ourselves and others. Then we have to be kind to follow. We are selfish, we do not do new theory agriculture. We cannot live alone. we will definitely not succeed. Therefore, we must be kind, we must know how to give. I want something from someone else. I have to try it for them first. We are not always busy taking from others, and we must know how to love and unite our friends. It is to know the love and unity of the majority board. Let's take a look at the comprehensive dimensions. Covering the 4 dimensions is a comprehensive coverage that is balanced, stable, and sustainable. Material. If in our case we synthesize a new theory of agriculture, the material dimension must look at the soil before digging a pond. Now, there are staff who come to consult and take care of us in some villages. Some of them have a boy machine to dig for us to help with various technological machines. Study the soil condition before digging a pond. In the event of an epidemic or the market for certain crops that are quietly overmarketed, we go to study mixed farming. This is the material side, and the material dimension is active. The material dimension is immune. The material dimension, how do we do it? What about social immunity? On the social side, we must cooperate in the community and the local area. Collaboration with the government and private sectors, we go to cooperate, not just sit and listen. We have to express our opinions, exchange and learn our opinions, not necessarily succeed. Sometimes we do it and it doesn't work. We go to ask advice. This is the social aspect. At the same time, we must promote the wisdom of the villagers in the community, and then build a network as explained by the teacher in the previous unit. We must promote wisdom, understanding, access, development, and then develop ourselves. This is networking. After exchanging learning, they set up a learning center. Next, it will be environmental immunity. We love the world. If we don't use chemical fertilizers, therefore, we will prepare compost. Then we will use waste materials to reduce cost and nourish the soil. You see, this is environmental immunity, but it's not that we can't be our own self-reliance. We have to be other people's bed. We have to be other people's bees. We have to be the bees of other people's knowledge. We have to get knowledge from outside, whether it's at the national level. At the global level, we have to help each other, especially global warming, which is a problem that affects the whole world. Therefore, what do we do about the environment? We cannot hold any one person or a particular country responsible. It has to work together. It has to know love, unity. We have to start at our point first. We have to start with ourselves. Therefore, we do new theory agriculture. We start from a certain place. What we plant, our compost, manure, use waste materials, reduce costs, and reduce global warming with these. Next, plant vetiver to prevent soil erosion around the pond, or maybe plant it in the area of various trees in order to keep the soil moist. Next, cultural immunity. Cultural immunity. Cultural immunity is the chili pepper of the northern salt and southern Chile that the teacher once said. There is interdependence in the community, such as having guests and mobilizing workers to help each other. What we will not forget is the monastery in terms of home culture, temples, and schools. You see, there must be a connection and help. Another reliance on learning exchange is the interdependence in the community. Next, the establishment of cooperatives, namely the third phase of the new theory of agriculture, will set up a fund to help each other within the community. Now they have progressed until now. We can go to the children's center and link it there. Now our community has been developed in many dimensions, and the word developed by the government in all dimensions must be used. Next, it will be a group for production. Be self-reliant at the community level. Let's see if we will prepare plant varieties that are suitable for the local area. It is not appropriate to say that in a certain locality, sometimes we go to plant in a certain locality. So one of the 27 principles of His Majesty work, one of the 27 points, he said that what you do, you must think about the context and the geography. Therefore, the preparation of plant varieties suitable for the locality is the wisdom of the villagers. Then, when the plant species are obtained, the soil must be prepared to be suitable for the plants to be planted. And then the water must be prepared to be sufficient for the community. We have to look at the big picture. Marketing also has to sit down and talk about how we will have a rice drying yard. What do we do when we have a rice drying yard? How do we manage it not to dry it and then all the rice is gone? We need to have security. After finishing, there was a silk barn prepared to store silk rice. So they went to the rice and keep it for a year. Therefore, each family will know how much rice is stored and how much to tell each family. This is marketing. Make a rice drying yard. Prepare a barn to store rice. Provide rice milling machines that are suitable for the amount of rice, and then find a market to sell the produce by considering the appropriateness of the market price and fairness so that they can be self-reliant. Welfare. Let's see if there is a public health management over illness. Are there any cooperatives to help each other, and there are loans to help those in need? And education, there is a child development center. There are scholarships for those in need. There are schools at various levels to accommodate children in the community. It is necessary to make it a one-step assistance system. Society and religion must have temples as the center of the mind to organize activities. There is a meritorious tradition or training to suit the minds of everyone in the community. There are recreational places for children and young people who are interested in the community, and there must be a coordination center between the public and private sectors to develop and solve problems together. You see, a new theory starts from a new theory. The first stage will gradually move up until it is grouped into a new theory of the third stage. Therefore, the new theory and philosophy of the sufficiency economy is a system that allows farmers to support themselves at an economical level. The community must have cooperation, know love and harmony, and be sincere with each other, relying on each other to reduce costs. Rice production, which is the main factor, must be produced for consumption by all families before the anniversary of the previous year. Without buying, it is considered to adhere to the principle of self-sufficiency. Initially, when the leftover assistance is provided for family consumption, we sell it through the cooperatives in the village, and then there are welfare that help until our community is strong, and then we step into a new and higher level of agricultural theory to develop simultaneously at both the community and national levels. Next, we met with Mr. Benjamin in organizing the 24th activity. Activity 24, New Theory and Philosophy of Sufficient Economy, 5 points. Based on the information that the learner or teacher has gained knowledge in Part 14 on New Theory and Philosophy of Sufficiency Economy, the learner or teacher will use the information to prepare a mind map to be submitted according to the date and time, and then the submission channel specified by the teacher and class teacher. In addition, the grading and consideration of the answers are at the discretion of the teacher or class teacher. The mind map can be done in many forms without limits, but it is convenient for you to see it appropriate and then decorate it beautifully.